Okay. All right. So I think this is working. I see there's like a person. Hello, person. I don't know if you can hear me. I unfortunately can't see anything on Twitch. I don't know if it's getting there correctly or not. Hmm. Okay. Well. Do. So I am trying to figure out this whole streaming to two platforms thing, and I'm not convinced it's working. It looks okay, like when I open the app and then it goes away. If Twitch person, is it just me? Am I the one person, or is there a person there? Maybe I shouldn't really mention. Do. Hi. Okay. How are you doing? I still can't really tell if the situation. I'm good. I am getting ready to. We're gonna be mixing the Halloween Step song because a lot of people have been asking me to release it on Spotify. So I'm gonna make a version of it that I can legally release, and then I may just like I'm gonna remaster it regardless because the song is so old. Every time I hear it, I kind of cringe with the amount of compression that's on it. But I'm going to make an illegal version and just post that on YouTube that's just remastered for Halloween, and then I'm gonna do one that I can post on Spotify that won't have the samples from the movies and stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna be getting into here in a second. I was trying to do a oh nice. I was trying to do one of those things that I see cool people do where they stream concurrently on multiple platforms, but I think YouTube's the only one that's working right now. Um, I guess I'll just forge along with whatever's working. But I'm gonna get started just here in a second. Do, 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 do. Okay. All right. Let me make sure the audio is coming in from Pro Tools. Can you hear the Pro Tools stuff, Abraham? Or whoever is able to hear it. Perfect. Okay, cool. So I am going to start with the drums here. My main goal really is to remaster this, but try to keep most of the vibe. I have like all of um I have all of the various sounds from the drop in here, and then I have like a sub mix that I had made in Ableton way back when I first made this song. So I haven't decided yet. I may you just use the sub mix here, and I may use the actual like, or may just remix it from scratch. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. All right, I'm just gonna start by muting everything. It's a lot of tracks. For sure, I'm probably just gonna use this sub, the bass. You may not be able to hear this on your speakers because it's pretty deep. But I'm gonna mute everything and start with the drums, and then we'll just go from there. Let me see. These are the samples from the movies.
Oh, more room in hell.
Yeah.
The dead will walk the earth.
It's a shame to cut those out because I feel like they're such a good, like, iconic part of the song. But I know that there's absolutely no shot that I'll ever get those cleared from the various movie studios that own the rights to those. So I think the easiest solution will just be to cut them out and start fresh. So I'm gonna start trying to clean up the kick drum because the kick drum is also something that bothers me in this song. I think there's a good bit of the transients being shaved off here. So I may use unlimiter here and try to get some of those transients back. No, I'll start off with that. Oh, there's gonna be so many why did I do that moments while listening to this. Is that why you just decided to stick the threshold there? That'll work. Just all right. Let's get an EQ going. This is probably gonna start slow, I'll be honest, until I kind of like build the drums up and things like that. But I've always felt like this drum just had weird transient, and it's probably just because I like let it peak like really crazy. Also, I probably want to separate this part out where I put just an absurd amount of reverb on it at the beginning. Probably gonna use Smack Attack here. And I'm gonna start off. Where is that? I don't know. There's a really clickiness to this that I think is like was just that era of dubstep. But I kind of want to try to smooth out if I can. The snares are also a huge thing where I think I like over compressed them originally in the original mix. Gain this down a little bit because we're peaking a little here. Oh, I just realized I forgot to put Pro Tools on. All the people on the other things that are vertical are probably like, what am I even looking at? When I made this song, like, or just when I started making dubstep in general, honestly, is probably the cliche era, but it was like 2011, and I went to Florida with a friend of mine, and she showed me Scary Monsters for the first time, and I was like, that's insane. I'd never heard anything like that before. So I just like got into making dubstep because of that. Essentially, I mean, it's probably a lot of people's origin story, realistically speaking. Um, wow, I don't even remember where I had gotten these samples at the time. But and then I remember a friend of mine was working at the same place I was working at, and his good friend, he was good friends with Rezo, so like I kind of like would talk to them about production and stuff like that. Okay, there is one snare. Let me listen to this other one. Lord, I don't know that I was super great at picking samples back in these days, but the amount of reverb on that. All right, let me blend those together. Oh, and I think there's also supposed to be some volume. For some reason, the automation didn't transfer over when I moved it from Ableton. I had to go dig these files off of an ancient iMac that was like one of those old ones that's like this thick. And it was really like trying to get the files off of it was impossible because it's still running Snow Leopard, and trying to get on the internet to actually like send the files over to myself just was not working. But luckily someone had left a thumb drive at my studio, and I was able to get them off with that. So I've realized I lean like too heavily on being able to like transfer things around. It's not bad. Do some transient shaping to the snare too. Where is Smack Attack? Oh, okay. So I thought that was muted. All right. Let me get whatever this is in there. Oh, that's the drums from the intro. Let's see. so much like low end junk. Honestly. Same thing here. I really just need the clickiness of it. Probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to pan these as well. I don't know if I did that in the original mix. Probably not. Thank you. To be honest, I used to make everything from scratch back then, and it's still like fun to do things that way, but I don't know. It's a lot of work. It makes it take so much longer. I know like nowadays everybody is kind of used to using Splice and things like that. But I was like very, very purist about making everything from scratch as much as humanly possible. Because I was always like worried people, because especially like back in like the early 2010s when I produced this originally, people would be so mean if they like even like oh bro, modern talking, oh boy, here we go, you know. Then I'm very fragile, so I tried to avoid that as much as humanly possible. All right, I'm definitely gonna compress those a little bit. It may be cool. I didn't do it in the original mixer. It may be cool to sort of sidechain these with the drums or something, just to make the the kick and snare sound like particularly loud. Wow, that's a lot of compression. Let's chill. I'm trying to decide how much of the low end I even want out of that. I don't know. It sounds a little wimpy right now, but whenever we start getting the growls and stuff in there, it may be okay. I'll leave it. We'll come back to it. I am noticing like all of the tracks themselves are like super hot. And that's probably just because in Ableton, oh, okay, that's fine. Got a random error. Oh, okay. I don't know why I use these crashes. To be honest with you, I kind of want to switch those out for better ones. But at the same time, I want to preserve the original as much as possible. Ugh. Sounds like 90s dance music or something. Let's put some reverb on that. My bus is on the wrong monitor. Hello, Dark Frost. Is that how am I saying that right? Dark Frost. How's it going? Perfect. All right, I'm actually gonna make I did this wrong. Okay. Well, apparently I got kicked off of one of the other platforms, but that's fine. I think I want to put some delays on these hi-hats here. Didn't really do that originally, but it might be fun to do. I don't know. I don't want to like overcomplicate things because I am trying to keep as much of the original vibe as I can, but I think like a few little extra things would be fun. A little extra. Oh, nice. Yep. That's the definitely the big one. All right, let's see what we got. All right, I'm gonna start kind of mixing in these effects now. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't even remember where I got most of this stuff from. Ooh, that's so harsh. I think I like was like just like trying to find is anything spooky that I could possibly find. I'm gonna use this tone shaper thing. Or no, it's the triple D that I want, not this. But it is the same wave suite. I use this guy all the time for things that are kind of harsh like that. Especially vocals. I find it like helps smooth things out a little bit. Let's get there's some fighting. I don't know if that's from the oh, I see. That's actually all actually in the sample. Do. Okay. Oh, another thing I was thinking I may have to do is since I'm taking out the samples, this little section where the breakdown was is I think gonna be like too long now. Realistically. I'm gonna have to shorten this up. What the hell is this? So loud. I have no recollection of putting that like in the build. We should probably filter that out a little bit, to be honest. I always have used Pro Tools for mixing, and that's what I'm most comfortable with. But one thing I hate is anytime I have to do any kind of automation, it just feels really cumbersome compared to virtually every other DAW that's on the market. That'll work. And just kind of filter out some of that low end so that the drop sounds more impactful. Yeah, there's a lot of like spooky horror movie or like just like haunted house kind of vibes here in this section. When I was a kid, they used to like give out cassette tapes at McDonald's sometimes for, or at least they did like once for Halloween, and and they basically had one that had a side of the tape was just all shit like this. So when I was making this, that was my whole thing, was just trying to make it sound like it was some kind of haunted house kind of background music. Just putting a bunch of reverb on it. The wolf. What? Okay, yeah, he's still there. That's honestly such a crazy low quality recording. I wonder if I got that off of like Free Sound or something. I'm a little interested to see, like, as this session builds, how streaming it will work. Like if it'll start to sweat a little bit. I guess we'll find out. Throw some ping pong delays on there. Actually, I need to make this one stereo. Ay, qué spooky. Okay. Let me compress that a little bit. Oh, I was not going for you this. Okay. Let me put that in there. Those could probably come down a little bit. I also think I might go in here and kind of clip some of these and make it like a tighter drop. Okay, cool. All right, let me start mixing in the first part. Yeah. Yeah, I honestly don't remember where I found any of those samples. They probably were all from like Free Sound or YouTube or something. Who knows? Ooh, what a spike. What this is just a random wubby thing. So the samples from the YouTube thing or the music box, because the music box is actually I played that on East West's actually like all of the instruments for the most part were from East West's complete composer thing. I think this is particularly from their Goliath pack. And all of the strings are from the old symphonic orchestra. Now they have Hollywood strings and some other cool stuff like that, but they I've been using them since like I don't even remember. I think I got that pack in like 2008 or something like that. It's been a while. What is this? Oh. Realistically, these should be up here with the other spooky sounds. This is just like spooky dread stuff. I don't even know if you can really hear that much in the original mix. This is like the main thing you hear for sure. Okay, back to the top. Let's get the church bells. So I was very clearly going for some Tim Burton rip-off stuff here. Night Killer. I'm not familiar with him, but does he do like similar kind of like Tim Burton-y kind of things, or is it just the drop part? I kind of would like to pan these around at least a little bit. Let's use Brower Motion, maybe. And then just pare down the width, the skeins. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. All right, now I got the church organ. Ganondorf-ass organ thing. This is also from East West stuff. The problem with these instruments from like a mix perspective is they're so like every frequency like is part of it. It's very wide. Uh, in terms of like it's just overall frequency response. So it's kind of a pain in the ass to find a place for it. The toccata and fugue kind of rip off. Yeah, just pedal tone, baby's first pedal tone kind of thing. And these are French horns, I think. These are also from East West. This whole song is basically East West samples and massive, and I think I used some FM8, but virtually everything is from that. And back then, I used to use Homicide as a distortion on like virtually every single one of the growls and stuff like that has Homicide to some degree on it, distorting it. I don't even know where, like, I haven't installed that in so long. I'm gonna kind of pan that over to the right or something. Because I know that's basically playing the same thing the strings are playing. Horngs. I typed horngs. I can't believe I didn't put any like toms or anything like that in here. Okay, so we got oboes. Wow, those are very thin. Okay, so those are panned really hard, right? So let's go back and reverse what I did to the horns and pan them to the left. Then wow, they're very harsh. I don't really like oboes, to be honest, as an instrument. I think the main reason I use them in here is because like I was going for that Tim Burton vibe, and he used to use them a lot. And not Tim Burton specifically, but Danny Elfman used them a lot in his music from that era. I will definitely be putting Triple D on that. See if we can find that harsh frequency. It may be all the way to the right, damn near. I don't know where that thing is coming from. Is that in the actual drums? Oh, it's in the snare, huh? Interesting. Okay, well. All right, what else we got? We got some double bass, contrabass. And that reminds me, let's go ahead and separate the kick out onto its own layer because I want to make a continuous side chain. We can get rid of the unlimiter And let me just change this color so I know what it is. Solo safe it so it's always coming out, because once we start getting into the bass, I'm gonna have to start side chaining things. Yeah. Luigi's Mansion, basically. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. It's a lot of compression. I honestly don't even really care if these are mostly in the transients, like or the initial attack, because they kind of need to just get out of the way. All right, I'm just gonna use a basic Pro Tools compressor to sidechain with the kick drum. Is it the horns? All right, we're almost to the drop. Just got a few more things to mix in. So the violas. A little hot. The viola, I love East West stuff. I still use it to this day. But some of this, I really need to upgrade to their Hollywood strings. Because there's like a quality to especially in the violas here where it just sounds nasally or something. I mean, that's better already. Just a little bit of adjustment there. Let's compress it. Thank you. Yeah, I think to be honest, I don't really think it needs too much. I'm just kind of going through and cleaning things up and maybe balancing things a little bit better. I don't know that I was really panning stuff. Like things were either like in the center or like wide. So I'm gonna kind of try to have a little bit better stereo spread. Too much compression every time. I also don't think I was giving myself enough headroom back in those days in Ableton. Like these days, I'll turn everything down like 6 decibels or better. Because Ableton will let you get right up to the digital peak. It doesn't care. Pro Tools has a little bit of a safety limit. Like even if it says it's peaking, it's not actually peaking. You're just getting close. You actually have to drive it pretty hard. But Ableton doesn't really, or at least like if they added a safety net to it, I haven't noticed it. But yeah, so like these days, I usually will turn down immediately and give myself a little bit of headroom to work at. Even though the church bells panning left and right makes such a huge difference. Or like a huge difference is maybe hyperbolic, but I think it sounds cooler. I think it needs a little bit longer release though, because I'm kind of losing these ones here. Try not to get super bogged down and doing a bunch of crazy automation right off the rip because I still don't have the basic. I usually try to get like a basic mix and then go in and do all the like minor details, but I have ADHD and sometimes I get distracted. All right, let's see. Let's do some cellos. Yeah, this song is literally just like me ripping off the first Luigi's Mansion soundtrack and anything Danny Elfman was doing in the 90s. Like, the more I listen to it. Oh, there's something in here. Same thing, like as the violas. It just feels. And then I think what I may do, rather than just boosting up a bunch of high frequencies, is use like parallel particles on these. Just get a little bit more attack. These guys are basically locking in with the contrabass. And same thing, I don't want like a whole lot of compression, just enough to sort of like control the dynamics a little bit. But I kind of don't mind there being a lot of dynamics in the orchestral part. The laugh is taking me out. All right, I want to turn up that pedal tone part in the organ, I think. Some violins. The cool thing about the East-West stuff is, and like these days, it's actually like really common to have this thing. But back in like like I said, I think I got these in like fucking 2008 or something like that. And you can like change the articulations and stuff like that and sort of just have like this is the violins, and then you can go through and be like, in this section I want them to play tremolo, and in this part I want them to play like legato or marcato or whatever. So that's what this like, starts off with these like tremolo, and then they go into the sort of espressimo kind of vibe. And I don't know, like that was a really cool thing back then. And now it's a little more standard, but it helps. God, they're so loud. Let's turn the input level down a little. It's that. Really just want like 6 decibels max. That riser is a little annoying. Let me turn that down a skeensy bit. Oh yeah, we have the violins now. Just... All right, and then I need to add these ones. Let's hear them. This is the... Spooky. Okay, maybe let's ease up on this guy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna automate that off because I need that Jaws contrabass to come through clear. Well, I guess at this point, we gotta get into the drop. Let's see. All right, I think I am gonna go ahead and start doing it from scratch again, just because I want to be able to touch up every little thing. And then worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, then I can always just mute it and go back to the original sub mix right here. Yep. Wow. Okay. That's all over the place. All right, let's get rid of some of the low end. An interesting notch here. To be honest with you, there's not really much to do to that. And that just, it is what it is. I make a little bit of space for the sub, but... Let's do these one at a time. All right, so we got the Skrillex ripoff sound here. So it's very, very 2012 era dubstep. Or, you know what I was probably more thinking than Skrillex is Knife Party. I was such a huge Knife Party fan back then. Yeah, that'll do. Let's put some reverb. We got this Reese, I called it. Yeah, the Noisia kind of sounding thing. It was fun. I liked that era myself. I mean, that was when I was most in it. But I also felt like, and I guess like this is just the problem with things as they get more trendy, everyone starts to kind of like learn how to do that. It was cooler when in that era because you didn't have Splice or you didn't have like people showing how to do every single thing on YouTube. So like all of the artists sounded pretty distinct and different. Whereas like now you could probably convince, and part of it, I don't want to be like old man yells at cloud, like all new music sounds alike, but a lot of artists I feel like don't, like EDM artists don't have immediately, like I hear them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's like Flux Pavilion or Dr. P or somebody like that. There's so much upper noise in this. Yeah, I think taking a little bit of that 5K out is probably good. Maybe too much, to be honest with you. Let me just make it a smaller but more dry. I think, is this interesting? That's not what I thought it was going to be. It sounds like Tron music. Yeah, let's darken that up a skein. There's not a lot of transients there to shape, but try it. Wild. Every one of these is just a wall of frequencies. Yeah, that's better. I could probably come down in volume a little bit, to be honest with you. This is the most tedious thing about producing dubstep to me, was just having like 80,000 tracks of all just playing like one little note at a time and just having to like bounce around them. Clear up that stuffy nose kind of sound. Maybe a little too much reverb. All right, then we got the... Why did I make it so low? That's kind of cool. All right. Another little wob. This is my favorite thing in the whole song, to be honest with you. I love that sound. Whatever that is, whatever I was doing there, that part's so cool. And the melody. I wonder if I should, like, try doing a low pass. Like, does it need any of that junk above 12K? Probably not, to be honest. I don't know. We'll see. I might bring it back, but yeah, the whoopity 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 whoopity. No, there's the knife party. Yeah. I loved FM8 for making growls and all kinds of other like nasty dubstep sounds. It was so easy. I would just route the different operators into themselves and do all kinds of other goofy stuff. And it just was so easy to make weird stuff. I'm probably gonna do. Yeah, that's good. Honestly, that's probably fine. I'm gonna overthink it. Let's get a bit more. I'm gonna automate some reverb into it as it goes here, just to kind of like bridge that tell. Sounds like a modem. Or something. All right, let me see, because I know there's another sound. Ah, okay, yeah. So probably mostly just need the lower vibe from that other track, and then we'll have that one be the upper harmonics. Doodle 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 doodle. Yep. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to low pass all this stuff. Yeah, like that. Okay, cool. Now let's hear that in the mix. All right. I'm missing one. Who are you? To me, this is also very spiritually Luigi's Mansion. I don't know how to describe it, but not a lot, to be honest with you. One of my friends does color bass and a bunch of other stuff like that, and every now and then something will come along, but I kind of have been out of touch with EDM in general since probably like the later part of the 2010s. Like a few things come and go that I'll, like I say, I check out, but you're more than welcome to drop me some things to check out, and I'll I'll listen to them. About to do a road trip tonight. Actually, I'm leaving. So after this, I'm gonna try to finish this and get it in the pipeline to release as early as possible for Halloween. And so I'll have plenty of time to listen to it. I kind of want to make a little gated reverb for that snare, I think. If I can type properly. Do 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 do. Let's see. I'm just gonna be lazy. Something a little quicker. I don't mind there being high stuff. Something about these isn't hitting for me. It could just be that the sub isn't in there yet. All right. There's also this guy. Cool. Reverb. I can tell my computer's starting to chug between the streaming and all of these plugins. I kind of want to throw a little bit of distortion on those. Where's Saturn? Am I crazy? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, for real. Too much. Mind you, I have a 9950 in here, so. Let's see, can we throw a real ADT on there? Might be cool. also very Luigi's Mansion to me, like particularly maybe the second game. I'm relatively certain that that's just something simple from Massive that I just automated some simple vibrato and stuff like that. I'm thinking I may try throwing some vinyl on it if I can move my mouse correctly. Nah, I like the crispiness. I thought like maybe it would be cool mellow, but nar. Okay, subs. Yeah, I need to. I'm realizing now we're getting kind of down to doing bus compression and stuff, and I don't have a solid reference to put this against. I need to download something. Oh, I'm using the wrong bus. So just side chaining with the kick drum a little bit. We got this thing I need to. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea to use like a de-esser or something on here. That's just the creepy thingy at the beginning. I think all the tracks are in now except for obviously the illegal material. Reverb. Hey, Sebastian. let's listen to the second drop and see if there's anything I need to sort out. I definitely the little sections between the drops I'm probably gonna need to shorten without the samples in there anymore because they just feel a little too long to me. And also one thing that's like funny about when I was starting, I set this up yesterday to do this today, but I realized that the section here, the break between the sort of like verse part and the build is like 15 bars or something like that. Like it's not an even number, which is like not that this probably got played by any DJs, but like they would probably not appreciate an odd bar thing. So you could tell I had, was not thinking about stuff like that. I'm gonna turn down that part just a little bit, just like 2 decibels. We should get rid of that delay right there. Make sure that's clean. I guess that got cut short for some reason. Alright. All right. So I guess at this point, I might freeze a couple things and then start doing some bus compression and all that jazz. We'll see how everything works with oh, and I need to pull down like an old Skrillex song or something off the internet, just to use as a reference. Something era appropriate, I guess. Maybe Scary Monsters or something. I remember I used to listen to like that and that. I would always like reference Knife Party's mixes back then, and I remember being so agitated because I could never get my stuff to sound that, huge. Or like when I was working on Oh Hi, I think I like remastered that like 80 times. Okay. I think I got it downloaded. Cool. All right, let's see. Where's the loud part? Where's the drop? Oh, God. Yeah, that was the one. What's up, Clint? You know what? I'm not gonna be able to make that cut in this section if everything's frozen. Let's unfreeze it. Screw it. We'll do it live. All right. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. This guy's can probably handle it. I don't know. I'm just a little leery because I haven't like streamed and run this kind of thing before. All right. Let me see. What's it? Future bass? Wow, they've gotten like really specific with things these days. We want transformative. We want this to be loud as humanly possible. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna let it analyze, and then we'll push some things around. It may get really loud. I don't know. Y'all have to tell me. I didn't start it. I'm a dumbass. This is what I'm meant to start it. That part's still loud. I feel like I turned it down like 9 decibels. Yeah, I expected that. Sure. Yeah. Email me or something, and I'll send you the stems. Meu Dios. I need this to finish before I can carry on. Okay, I think it's almost ready. Yep, there we go. All right. There's no vocals. I don't know what it was thinking. Ooh, it's a lot louder. Pull some of the lows out of the side channels, try to keep it centered. My sub may be a little too loud, actually. I can hear it kind of like creeping out. Turn it down just a skeensy bit. I need to go back to the drop. Ooh. The snare sounds like it's sitting in a good spot in that range. Oh, when I listen to it full range, I feel like it's not quite hitting, but that could just be me not hearing it properly. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when you listen to different bands, you get like a better idea of where things are actually sitting. Okay, I like that a little better. I'm gonna turn this down, although I do like the way it sounds a lot better than I did in the original. What I think I may do is okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. This is the little... Wow, 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 wow. Oh wait, I've been turning down the wrong thing this whole time. Y'all. Okay, so this needs to come back up. This, yeah, I imagine. This needs to come down. That makes more sense. Okay. All right, so now let's group all of these into the drop. Thank you. It's coming along. It's coming along, and a lot quicker than I anticipated, to be honest. All right, I'm going to send all of these to here. All right, and then I'm gonna use the unmasker whenever I find it. Am I tripping? Yep. All right, here with that snare, just for the drop part, because I think it's fine in the verses, but it's not quite where I want it to be. I'm gonna make a duplicate with no inserts. I'm gonna send that out bus. Ooh, 11 here. B11. Make that solo safe. and then come over to neutron. I said bus 11, right? That was like 5 seconds ago. I already forgot. Yep. I feel like that snare could use like a little reverse reverb or something into it. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. If it don't work, we'll get rid of it. Do 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 do. So flip it, put some reverb on it. Let's get rid of the early reflections, commit. And then I guess at that point, I gotta make the decision about that section at the beginning. Can't even hear it. It's subtle, but I like it. Yeah, I think it's cool. Let me just turn it up a little bit. Same, yeah, I think here, this section doesn't need to be so long. So where's it? Right there. Right in the middle there. Let's just, I think what I want to do is cut everything out. It's a little hard to tell because there's latency, but I think I'm just going to cut this part. I'm a beat off. Okay, that's what I thought, but I should have went with my gut. Should it be one beat sooner? Yeah, it's fine. All right, now we gotta do the same thing. And actually, I should probably like make a fork just in case I want to come back and undo all that. In the first part. Also, it would be cool. I feel like I missed an opportunity not having that thing be panning around as well. So like maybe let me do that real quick. See, I came over here to do something else and then immediately got sidetracked. That's kind of cool. Okay. One thing else I'm hearing is I kind of want to automate down the violins in this section just a little bit, maybe 3 decibels. And then honestly, right there, I think we should start building. So I guess I need to cut basically all this junk. I think it should happen pretty quick. So blend this. Isn't there like a crash? Yeah. I'll let that slide out, I guess. I gotta figure out. So maybe what it is this needs to come up quicker. Thriller tease? What do you mean by that? I could. So, like, part of the reason I'm doing this is because the original version had, like, a lot of, like copyrighted material. So that may be the opposite of what I'm working towards here. Yeah, I honestly went a little overboard, I think, to be honest with you. No, no, you're good. I just yeah, the original version of this song had like I sampled fucking Dawn of the Dead and the original Halloween and then Courage the Cowardly Dog and a bunch of other shit. And it's just it's like a lot of people have been asking for me to get this on Spotify this year particularly. and I was like, "There's no shot. Like, I have absolutely zero chance of getting any of this cleared." So I was like, "What I'll do is I'll remaster it and release it with like, because also like my obviously like my mixing capabilities are a lot better now than they were, in 2012. But I'll do like a legal version for Spotify, and then I'll when this is done, I'm gonna go back and redo it with the samples as well for YouTube, and that way there's like an illegal version and a legal version. Yeah, that works. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think in that section right there, I originally had the "Return the Slab," and I hate muting it because it's my favorite part of the song. But what are you gonna do? I think he's still here. Oh no no no. Okay, so that was the "They're Coming to Get You, Barbara" from fucking what was that? Dawn of the Dead. But over here we got
Return the slab.
yeah.
Return the slab.
Tragic. Copyright, you know. I should probably put some reverb to bridge that or something. Yeah, I know. I know. But I was also like, I thought about just like uploading it anyway, but I'm a little worried because of the sheer amount of copyright infringement that I'm committing on this song. I'm worried like if all of them hit me at once, it might take down my Spotify account. Because it's like one thing if you're got one person, but I think there's like six different very like and they're not all from the same studio or anything either. So I want to mute those hi-hats. I've done something wrong here. Let me see. Or like a beat off or something. So let me see. I'll just slide this over here, and that should be good. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all it needs to be. The all of the orchestral stuff I performed with East West, like it's like a virtual synth, and but it like kind of specializes in orchestral kind of things. So all of this junk I played on the keyboard, this organ and everything. Um, but but there's no like guitar or bass or anything like that I played. These are just I played them on the keyboard or just wrote them in with MIDI and changed their articulation. Interesting. Okay, I'm hearing. I guess I filtered these. Let me put that on there. People are gonna be like, "Bro, you changed the whole thing up, you dumb bitch." All right, so I think it could be out by here. Yeah, I was basically like, it's funny, like when the whole time I've been going through this mix, I've been like, wow, I was ripping off Danny Elfman and Luigi's Mansion so hard throughout this entire thing because it that's true, always and forever. What's up, ZKG? Um, but yeah, the half of it is very like 90s era Danny Elfman, Tim Burton stuff, and the other half of it is like very clearly like like Luigi's Mansion, the first one, which is actually funny because I'm playing through it for Halloween with my partner right now, or she's playing it and I'm watching her play it. Is the reverb not post tape? Let me just mute it for while this is happening, and then it can come in on this big snare drop right there. Oh wait, this is the trigger. I should have labeled that. And that's why you always label things, kids. I'm not for this session because I don't intend to ever open this again, but I probably will, and then I'll be mad at myself for not having done it. And that frequency is too low. I think I did it again. I was even thinking when I go in and mix this, I'm gonna fix the weird not multiple of 8 thing, and then I didn't. I made the exact same mistake. The song just wants to be off time. Okay, so that's 6. So I need 2 more bars. Let's correct that because it's gonna drive me insane. I'm assuming that was because of the latency. So this needs to go over here. The laugh probably could have stayed then. You're gonna slide over there. You're gonna slide over here. He asked if I went in with Elfman and the stuff in mind. Kind of. To be honest with you, like that stuff is like iconic spooky music to me. I also you remember because I'm actually friends with Doc 78098 in real life, but I went through like a huge Danny Elfman phase around this time. I was listening to like Oingo Boingo and stuff like that a lot. And so like that was part of it. And then same thing, like I just think the Luigi's Mansion soundtrack is like iconic and like really, I don't know. It has like that vibe. I don't know, it's just Halloweeny to me, you know. So definitely like those are just things that I think of when I think of like spooky Halloween music. So like that's why like the orchestral stuff is like very Elfman, and then the little lead that's in the like post part after the drop, if I can find it. I have this organized. There's really no yeah, this little thing right here. That like to me that's like very Luigi's Mansion sounding. So yeah, it basically was like I was just like I want to do a dubstep Halloween song, and those are like to me the things that I think of. So it's just funny looking back on it now because it's just like, oh yeah, I can definitely tell what I was thinking. All right, let me see if this feels better rhythmically. Other than losing the noise here, yeah, I was pretty happy with that. Let's blend those over and do some crossfades. Let me double check that. Yo, what's up? Is it Gaunters? Am I saying that right? How's it going? Ooh, what's disappearing? Is it this noise? I'm losing something. It's probably this, to be honest. Yeah, it's for sure that. Perfect. All right. Yeah, pretty much. He's asked if it was my first stream. Yeah. I've done some like off and on before years and years and years ago, but before streaming really took off. But this is the first one I've done in like I don't even know, like probably 10 years or something crazy like that. Something in here sounds. interesting. I mean, all of it sounds good when it's soloed, but I feel like I'm losing something in the mix whenever it's actually playing. I'm gonna use this guy to kind of like tame some of the upper frequencies, which I think is going to be really beneficial in this song in particular, because I made a lot of these drop sounds in massive and in FM8, and they have a crazy amount of like upper end harmonics that I've actually like gone back over the course of the stream and cut some of those frequencies out, but yeah, I still think it wouldn't be a bad idea to kind of have that on just to sort of tamper them down as they get louder. All right, I'm gonna check the overall volume against this brick wall that is Scary Monsters. Yeah, this song is actually like I made this back in 2012, and I'm remastering it because a lot of people have asked for it to be on Spotify, but I had recorded or I had used a lot of samples from like horror movies and things like that in it, so I can't really put it on Spotify without it. It's there's like 6 levels of copyright infringement on this song, um so it's very much was produced in that era, like and it definitely has that feel. So I'm just gonna kind of go back, cut all those samples out, and then what I was thinking about doing is doing a this version that's got all the samples cut out, and then doing an illegal version with all of the samples in, and just put it on YouTube and put the legal one on Spotify. Oh yeah, I like immediately tell how much brighter the Skrillex one is compared to this one, and that's why references are good. To the point where, yeah, for sure. And I also was sort of like thinking like at that level, because there's so many. Because I did like Day of the Dead, I did Halloween, I did a whole bunch of stuff. So it's just probably better be safe than sorry, you know. All right, so I want to cool down those upper harmonics a good bit. I'm just gonna flatten that. Usually, whenever I'm doing like hip hop and stuff like that, everything's so bright now that I usually will just like boost the upper band 10K and stuff like that. But in this case, I think it's probably better. I don't. Did I? Yeah, I subbed the drop. I'm actually gonna put a multi-band compressor on the drop itself, so I can kind of thicken those boys up. I don't have my. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's. Okay, I've done something. But what? Do. Oh, okay. Got stuck on my mouse. 0, please. Thank you. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. The future funk. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest with you, like even like as a musician, I really wish we lived in a world where like we could be post uh copyright, because I honestly think copyright causes more problems than it solves. Particularly the way it's like abused by corporations and stuff like that. And for music, I honestly just think it's like, unless you're just straight up reposting somebody else's art under your own name, it's kind of goofy. Like if it's a transformative work, then that should just be it. That should be like open and shut case. Like you've taken it and made something else with it. There, that's fine. All right, so let's try to cool the upper harmonics of these down just a little bit, but I'm gonna go through them like one layer at a time. Okay, I'm gonna turn the reverb off for now. Let's turn that down. For sure. When it's an old song and it gets a copyrighted strike, like it's particularly like if it's a song where nobody involved is still alive anymore, that is it's just so to me like self-evidently should not be the case. You know what I mean? Like if you want to sample um some Motown song where like, or older, then fine. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah. Let's see. I want to maybe throw some bass control in there. I just the main thing that I really am trying to get out now is the like a little more thickness of it. No, so Doc asked like how much of a problem is it? To be honest with you, it ranges. It usually is a cease and desist thing, and to be honest with you, even like this song is like obviously like EXO. Shout out for EXO in chat. But EXO is like the biggest thing I've ever done, so like that actually like it gets a decent amount of views on Spotify. I don't expect this to really do crazy numbers. It may do okay, especially around Halloween, but like if it were getting like millions of streams, like it would be a problem. I probably could have put up the original version and they wouldn't say anything. But like I was saying, like this song in particular, I was worried about it because it's infringing on so many people. So if like multiple people hit me with a copyright strike, like boom, 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 like that could be a problem. Like one really isn't the end of the world, especially, and if you get another one, but it's like there's some time in between them. In my experience, it's usually okay. But if they're like if I got like six, you know what I mean, in a row or something like that, it could be an issue, you know. And I don't know in particular what Spotify's policy is, but generally speaking, um, these corporations it has been 7 years, yeah. But I still every single day I wake up and someone will have commented she's in love with the concept or something like that on my YouTube, and I still get TikTok notifications about it all the time. So yeah, that one has staying power. But but yeah, in my experience, the corporations that you post your stuff through as a creative, like YouTube or Spotify, they will just hang you out to dry on these kinds of things. Like they just err on the side of caution for them and protect the copyright holder. So like it's nothing for them to just be like, we have to shut your account down. Sorry, you know. I've seen it happen with YouTube, and then and also like these companies are like notoriously difficult to get a hold of, and what's the word I'm looking for? Like uh, try to like rebut or whatever the claim, or like if they get shut down, like to sort of appeal to appeal it. It's really hard to appeal these things. Um, they like a lot of the time the only times that they'll actually get involved and listen to you is if you actually hire a lawyer or threaten to hire a lawyer. So I don't know. It's more or less just me. I'm using an abundance of caution in this scenario, but I just think this is the quickest and easiest way to get it up and not have to worry about it. Um, on YouTube, it's not too big of a deal as long as you're not doing something insane, like just like, you know, uploading uh other people like movies or something like that would probably get you in trouble more than posting music stuff. I've never had any issue with it, but I've seen other people, especially like I was saying earlier, like another big problem with copyright law is how people weaponize it. Like I've seen people who don't like someone saying something about them and using their video or their show or something like that uh, to sort of like, you know, show clips of what they're talking about, and they'll attack that person's channel and have it taken down. And sometimes it can like threaten the channel itself. So yeah, it's I don't know. It can be a really big problem. It's usually not. The only time it's really a really really big problem is if there's a lot of money involved. But I just like to be careful. Yeah, well, like I was saying, like I'll go back and I'll do a version with the samples in there because I still have them. They're up here. Like um.
The dead will walk here.
So when I'm done with the legal version, I'll make an illegal version and just post it on YouTube, and people can rip it if they want. I just am mainly doing this for the people who keep asking me to post it on Spotify. So I'm gonna make another aux that also receives from be 15, 16. And I think what we'll do here is just run all these into like a saturator to kind of like bring out those low mids. So let's say from like to two sort of bass frequencies. So I'll say like from 100 to like 500. We'll crank. I know. Uh-oh. Okay. I got scared there for a minute. I should probably freeze some of these things. Because I'm getting that more and more often. Let me freeze these down real quick. Not as much as you would think, because I'm pretty sure Eden is signed to, if not Universal Music Group, he's signed to he's signed to a subsidiary or like a company that owns that UMG owns his label, whatever his label is, because there's a copyright claim on it that that like he gets all like, or rather UMG gets all of the money. I don't know whatever agreement they have with him for the song. He probably doesn't make. I mean, very rarely do artists make money off of royalties in that way because of like advances and stuff like that. I mean, he may be now. It's been years, so who knows? But they get all like basically all of the money. I get a little bit on Spotify after I split it with them. But it's not a lot. Like I like it's probably like a few $100 every 7 months or so. Now like on YouTube, it's made tens of thousands of dollars. I just have never seen a penny of it because all of it goes to UMG. But that's, I think, like mostly off the ad revenue. And also just because it has like 4 million views almost coming up or something like that. Yeah, for sure. That's definitely like one of the downsides, but it's all good, you know. It's not necessarily an amount of money. Like, I mean, it's an amount of money that would have been nice to have for sure, but it's not like it was like, you know, I'm out $1 million or $100,000 or anything like that. But yeah, again, copyright is a fuck, you know. It's a little silly, but the whole, I don't know. I'm not gonna get super political on here, but about stuff. But like our, you know, laws are generally written by corporations, and they're the ones who benefit from them the most. So. All right, let's hear that in the mix. Probably want to turn it down a little bit. Oh yeah, that's way fatter. Perfect. All right, and then the other thing I'm hearing is this snare isn't quite. Is it? This isn't going away properly. I don't know. Maybe it's the reverb, the actual reverb down here that I need to mute. Let's see. Dios mío. Let me see. Did that do it? All right. Nah, I'll probably be finishing it today. I th- Most of the work was done years and years and years ago. I'm just gonna kind of touch it up, get rid of the samples. I mean, I may save the illegal. Thank you, appreciate it. I may save the illegal version. I'm gonna going on a trip with my girlfriend tonight to visit some family, and I'll get back next weekend. So I may do the illegal version then, but I wanted to get this without the samples done tonight because I need to go ahead and get it in the pipeline to get released before Halloween and stuff like that. All right, let's pull up the reference and see how we're doing. I have a suspicion that it's still a good bit brighter and not as low MIDI, but I think it'll be okay for this song. Actually, it's pretty close sonically. I think it's a little louder. We can pump. I mean, it's dubstep. So like, there's brick walling the limiter is like just how we do things. So. All right, wouldn't be a bad idea to unmask the low mid saturation thing too, and then oh man, there was something I wanted to do and I closed the plugin and immediately forgot what it was. I wanted to look at this to kind of like see how the sub is hitting along like in comparison to the Skrillex song, because that's the thing that gets you a lot of the time is everything under like 80 hertz. I don't know. In my room, it sounds good. Well, have a good one. Appreciate you for sticking around and watching. But I actually, it looks like we have a little bit of like he's got like 2 decibels or so on us. So I may turn these up just a little bit. But to be honest, in here the bass sounds pretty loud. So I don't know. I'm a little nervous to overdo it and it not like it cause some distortion in people's speakers, but I guess we'll see. That could probably be shorter as well. Where's the last snare is on this 3. Wait, so assuming. Perfect. Well, I think that's it. I think that'll do her. I'm gonna print that and maybe reference it like go listen to it in my car real quick and make sure everything's good and then get it submitted. Well, I appreciate everyone who stuck in and watched. So thanks guys. I'm gonna log off, but I appreciate y'all. All right. Have a good one.